And first up at 5:30, an I-team investigation continues. School threats in Connecticut are happening more often. Not only do they create fear, they can cost you money. Here's Chief Investigative Reporter Sam Spank to explain.
It kind of shuts me down. Like, I don't even want to be here.
Your stomach's flipping. You just want to throw up.
All you can think about is Sandio. That's the only thing that pops in my mind.
These are just some of the images and interviews as police investigated 54 school threats across the state since September. They've happened at high schools, middle schools, elementary schools, including one at Westside Middle School in Waterbury, where Lisa Riacco's 11-year-old grandson goes.
And I asked my grandson, what is that like? And he said, it's scary.
Police arrested a 14-year-old boy in that case, charging him with threatening and breach of peace.
You don't think it should be happening. It should be the safest place when you drop your grandchild off at school.
It's a very complex issue. Hoax threats, as much as they're hoax, they are damaging.
Amory Bernhardt is the director of the Connecticut Center for School Safety and Crisis Preparation at Western Connecticut State University. Formed in 2021, the center works on school safety research and outreach.
These are damaging financially, these are damaging psychologically, and that all just leads to poor attendance, hard for teacher retention.
A study by school safety company TDR Technology Solutions estimates that in 2022, the cost to taxpayers in Connecticut per threat on average was over $38,000. Students lose learning time both that day and in the days after, and schools generally provide increased mental health services.
Students will be absent the next day. We're seeing trends in that, and maybe even the rest of the week. Once they're in that mode of fight, flight, or freeze, school and learning are done.
That didn't include the cost of the emergency response, the money spent on police, firefighters, EMTs, bomb squads, or special teams.
The I-team reached out to 30-plus police departments who have investigated a threat since August. A dozen responded, saying these threats are a significant drain on resources. Sharing some examples, Bridgeport police tell us they've spent more than 115 hours of overtime investigating 20 threats over the last 6 months. Using the lowest base salary of a police officer at time and a half, that's more than $5,000. On October 1st, East Hampton police say they spent about 30 hours of overtime investigating a threat, a little more than $2,000.
So I would say deterrence is your best bet of things you can control. For example, we put together some guidance about speaking to the school community on how damaging these threats are.
Bernhardt says while it's hard to completely prevent these threats, they have taught schools how to screen threats, looking for clues that they might be fake.
It doesn't mean ignore the threat. It just means that you've already seen this. Maybe it matches a specific profile or even language or even the number it came from with a previous threat that was a false threat. You don't want to over-respond to this to make the hoax threat the traumatizing event now for the students, and you don't want to under-respond. Heaven forbid this was a real threat that came in.
Lisa Riacco remembers a time when this wasn't a main concern.
We just never had to worry about being locked in and have to have drills of being hidden under a desk or hiding in a closet.
And hopes we can get back to it.
It really does happen almost every day.
We've created a map of where the threats have occurred in Connecticut since August. That can be found on our website. Your Chief Investigative Reporter Sam Smink, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, very interesting, Sam. Thank you. We're learning about a school